So we're going to go over the opponent section. The opponent section has a lot of detail in it, so I'm going to try to go over it slowly, but there's a lot to it, and it's not extremely complex once you get an understanding of it. But the best thing to think of it is like how you have a contact on your iPhone or your Android phone. Essentially, you have the ability to manipulate opponents the same way you would a contact. So it makes a lot more sense when you see it. So I don't have a lot of opponents here, but when you do the update, every single game that you've played on the ChessNoter is automatically going to create all the opponents for you. It's going to list every single opponent that you've played since you've had the ChessNoter device. To add new opponents, as you continue to play with ChessNoter and use ChessNoter, it'll automatically add those opponents. And again, I'd like to go back to settings again. And under the settings, we have the known opponents. So again, you can automatically turn it off if you don't want to see opponents getting added, but it'll automatically add those opponents as you create a tournament. So example, when I just played that last tournament that I created on the screen, I created a tournament with Ben Williams McNeil, and his rating was 1696. So it automatically created Ben. So the next time I play a tournament, so if I go to the tournament screen real quick and play a tournament, and I click on that use known opponent, I can now choose a contact from my list that I've played before to play again. So maybe I'm going to play Ben again. And because I have that automatically adjust rating, I can change his rating here. So maybe he had really good tournaments since the last time me and him played, and now he's 1723. And I can hit start. Hold on. Let's fill out all the information here. So start, and then we'll just end the game real quick. So if we go back to opponents and we pull up Ben Williams, now we can see his rating 1723. There's also a section in here on Ben Williams where I can see every single game that I've played with Ben. So it's going to list all the games that I've played with Ben as well under the opponent screen. So there's a couple things you can do. If there's an opponent that you have on here that maybe you misspelled their first name or last name, you can hold down on it and choose edit. And then essentially it's just going to look like the normal user profile, and you can edit their information. You can also click on the user, and then press on the edit button, and then it'll also let you edit the profile as well inside the user's profile. If there's a tournament you're playing and you're going to be playing a certain individual, you can go ahead of time and basically create that user manually and put in all their information for rating. If they don't have a rating for certain things, you can just list unrated, so it's not a big deal. So that's kind of opponents in a nutshell, and kind of how it works. It's basically a contact list. You can search in it. You can add new players in it. Manually and automatically. You can automatically update ratings as you play players again, or you can manually go in and edit it. So we have more information in the manual that'll discuss this in more detail. So that's opponents.